Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 5 Arpeggio Blue Steel Battleship Kongō. It has 8 main guns, 22 secondary guns, 36 AA guns, a top speed of 30 knots, total hull 54,100. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main battery, increase main battery accuracy, reduce flood and fire chance. For my commander, situation awareness, faster turret traverse, and superintendent. We are on the map Strait. And Anchors Aweigh this week is going to be dedicated to the Arpeggio Blue Steel ships, the Kongō, and yes, the Myōkō. We're going to get both of those. Now, of course, we're in the Kongō right now. She spawns in range in Strait. It is so exciting to be able to immediately engage the enemy once they show up. Enemy Myōkō, Tier 4, Japanese battleship, not upgraded. He's got either the A hull or the B hull. And he's got to deal with that. We miss, of course. Long-range shot, not a high percentage. It's much better to work on these closer targets like the Furutaka or another enemy cruiser. So 14 kilometers seems pretty reasonable. He's turning ever so slightly away. There might be a better option. The enemy Phoenix looks to have a pretty big broadside on us. So we're going to take advantage of the low armor US cruiser. We fire all guns. Some dispersions pretty bad, but others could work out in our favor. And we, of course, straddle the target. That's when the rounds hit short and long. That pretty much means for ship-to-ship combat, you can't really make adjustments. You just need the shell to get to the target in a more advantageous dispersion. So, of course, we're going to rearm, and he's getting closer and closer. He's going towards C. If we can take him out, prevent the capture of C, maybe capture it ourselves, it'll help us out. And we do 5k. Not very good, honestly. I was telling comms, hey, he's going to be dead any second now. Enemy Carl is headed south from the north spawn. Enemy destroyer has already captured B, and I would love to kill this Phoenix. Now, you can kind of see the reload cycle is syncing up right as he has this island in the way. So annoying. So we gotta wait for him to get past the island. He's turning slightly away, so we elevate the gun and we fire. We're able to get the target to around 1,500. Friendlies are able to follow up and kill the enemy Phoenix. Do a quick check on the Carl. Do a quick check on the enemy destroyer, which is a Clemson. Looks like he's hunting friendly aircraft carriers. That's going to be a problem. So I decide to go after this Carl. The Carl is probably the closest target. And I feel bad for the Carl, that he actually has to play the Carl. I'm sure he would prefer to play the Königsberg, the Nürnberg, the Kolberg, pretty much anything other than the Carl, and we just take him out of the game right there with a nice citadel penetration. Didn't really have good angling. That ship has very low armor though, so it doesn't really matter. And the friendly Omaha is right in front of another enemy Clemson. So many Clemsons. Yeah, of course, he dies to torpedoes. The Clemson gets to hide. No longer is it a viable target. Friendly Nicholas is dealing with an enemy Clemson on the point. Nobody has captured A or C. I wanted to keep my guns pointed starboard, and I wanted to fire on this enemy Furutaka. Now, this ship is probably 10 kilometers out. He's moving away slightly. Need to elevate the gun ever so slightly. Barely, 1 or 2 pixels. We fire everything, and we get another citadel. 16,000 points of damage, but he's barely alive. It looks like he's going to get away. It's going to take me 15 seconds to reload, and he's rushing for that island. And I was telling my teammate, hey, watch the friendly aircraft carrier. There is an enemy destroyer headed straight for ours. And yep, again, an island gets in the way. Can't finish the target. Friendly is barely alive. He gets a fire right as he hides behind the island, and he's gone. So now we just have a couple battleships that we can engage. Enemy Wyoming tries to engage us, but he leads us way too much. Need to rotate just slightly. He's got a couple more guns that make contact. We fire everything, waterline again. And 11,000 points of damage, not bad. I'll take that. Put out the fire. I could use the heal. If you notice, in the most recent patch, they actually put in an indicator for how much you will heal for on your ship. It appears in gray, and that's very helpful to know when to use your heal and when to not use it. Of course, just as I had put my fire out, enemy dive bombers come straight for me. They light me up. I'm going to burn for a while. Enemy Myōkō's showing a lot of his side, so we're going to fire on him instead. He's moving a little too slow. Maybe have led a little bit too much, but it works out in our favor. 13,000 points of damage. We incapacitate one of his main guns in the front. And we're doing pretty good. We're pretty healthy. Quite honestly, 2 tier 4s in front of us. We should be able to take them easily if we keep good angling and aim for the right vulnerable points. Now you can see like the animation style fire. It looks pretty cool, but I'm in my binoculars most of the time. We lead to target again. And again with, oh, whoa, 32,000 points of damage. 3 citadels. He's barely alive again, but we can't finish him. Someone with a much higher rate of fire is gonna get the kill. Yep. Well, I'm helping my team, okay? I'm going after the most damage I could potentially do. It's just unlucky that they're barely alive with slivers of life. Just enough where friendlies can finish him, but I don't have enough time to reload. Now, the Wyoming is all alone. Everyone has left you. We fire just before the island lead the target ever so slightly. He adjusts his heading a little bit to the southwest side of the map. And we only hit for 2k. That's okay. He's eventually going to die. Still, nobody's captured A, by the way. We're losing to the enemy, but nobody's captured A. If the enemy were capturing A, this game would be in a much different scenario. Right now, we take out this battleship, and we might recapture B. We're going to be in the driver's seat. Now, I have to rotate the guns ever so slightly. He appears to be turning hard to starboard. That is our cue to fire all of the guns available. And we get another citadel. 13,000 points of damage, and again, under 1,000 hit points, friendlies kill the enemy Wyoming. And it's great that we're getting these kills for the team. That's just great. It just sucks to be doing 90% of the health of the target, and the remaining 10% is always finished off by the higher rate of fire ships. There's no foul play here, it's just the citadels leaving them on such low health that everyone feels like they can help finish the target. We are, of course, still in range of this enemy cruiser. We're going to engage him. We're in the Kongō. We laugh at your 19-kilometer range. We try to do a little chain fire to spread it around, and it looks like we're straddling the target. It's very hard to hit super long-range shots, though. There's a lot of pixel manipulation that could decide whether the round hits the target or not. Plus, you have all that dispersion that gets calculated after. So it's pretty much just throwing dice on the table, hoping to get the right numbers. And looks like we didn't lead the target enough. Dang it. But we are a fast battleship. That's a huge deal. Because the Japanese really do like a faster battleship, at least until tier 8. You can get around the map where other battleships cannot answer you at all. That's very helpful, so I'm going to try and lead the charge with my friendly destroyer. Now, he's already trying to capture B. While we're doing this, I'm still trying to fire on this guy. Have around 20 seconds left available for the scout plane, but he would still be in range. The scout plane is more or less just giving me a better angle, and oh, those shells are getting so close to the target, but they're just not landing on the target. There is an enemy Wyoming that is very close, 12 kilometers. I don't have a line of sight shot yet. This island is in the way, and I would prefer to not hit the island. Thank you very much. Scout plane is gone. The enemy Wyoming is clear of the island. I'm clear of the island. I fire all my guns at the enemy Wyoming. Because of the distance, I let him a little bit more. And it looks like, oh yes, a citadel, a kill too, and high caliber. Total overkill. Looks like the first shell that made contact actually caused the citadel. Don't know how much we would actually do if the rest of the rounds hit the target, but he's dead. Now they have one more battleship, one more cruiser, one more destroyer, and 2 aircraft carriers. Thankfully, they haven't shown any interest in the giant black and pink battleship. I'm all for that. Enemy Kongō, normal Kongō. It looks like he has an upgraded hull. Don't know if he has C or B. Oh! And the enemy Furutaka appears headed south. So he is actually moving closer and closer and closer to me. So he is my primary threat. If I can take him out, just a shell or 2. And of course, my friendly, he asked me, do you see them? Yes. Yes, I do. He pops his smoke. Doesn't tell me. I understand now that that was what he was going after, but I wanted to kill the enemy cruiser. We're able to do nearly 10k to the enemy Kongō, no citadel, so I'll take that, but the cruiser is so low. Any sniff of this guy and he's dead, and he's firing on me. Alright, now we see him. Now we can engage him. So, just need to rotate the whole ship a little bit. Get the guns fully reloaded. And you know what? I don't want to miss. Plus, I was trying to compete with the destroyer trying to take the kill. Ah, another citadel. Why are we getting all these citadels on targets that are so low? Whatever, got the kill, that's all that matters. Now, of course, we're going to engage the enemy Kongō. Don't know where the enemy destroyer is. I just assume he's out there lurking, waiting to torpedo me. They always seem to want to go after me. So, of course, we're going to lead the target. He's moving away. He's a Kongō, so he's a fast battleship. Need to keep that in mind. You pretty much need to lead him like he is a cruiser. We earned Confederate, and did you see that? Friendly scouts out the enemy destroyer. He's trying to protect the aircraft carrier. Our destroyer is trying to get over to A and capture it. Now, I knew I was scouted. My AA was going off on the enemy aircraft. I asked my destroyer buddy, are you scouted? Oh, yes, I'm scouted. Why are you going in an area to get scouted? A better player could punish him. You see how low he is? So yeah, that was a little oversight. Thankfully, there isn't a better player to punish him. We are going to fire on that enemy Kongō. Unfortunately, we lose one of the attacking cruisers. It looks like the other one might die to the enemy Clemson. So I'm like, Tankenstein, take out the Clemson. Oh, he got the Clemson. He's going to die, though. Yep, he's dead. He died. It's just us. Me and the friendly destroyer against a Kongō battleship and 2 aircraft carriers. I like my chances just because I feel very comfortable fighting. And of course there's going to be an enemy torpedo bomber. I need to keep my stern to the bombers as long as possible. 7k, I'll take it. I'm not picky at this point. We're successful in capturing A. Aircraft are successful in taking one of the fighters out, and here comes the drop. The low-tier aircraft are really crappy. It's very hard to get the ideal attack path, and it looks like this aircraft carrier is not getting the kind of attack run he wants. The only thing working in his favor, though, is that the Kongō is a little sluggish, especially compared to higher tier battleships. Oh, look at that beautiful dispersion. Please kill this guy. Oh, it looks so good. 2k there. The second follow-up doesn't look as good. Yep, we straddle the target. Great. We're going to take some torpedoes. This ship is just too slow to turn, and now we can't turn at all, so I just slow down. We take 2. Are we going to take a 3rd? No, we're good. Okay. Use damage control. And I would love to take this guy out. He's not as stylish as we are, and we need to put him in his place for that. Fire all guns, of course, and he's moving away slightly. Looks like we're going to have plunging fire. Oh, we plunged that fire. We got another citadel. 10 citadels. Wow. I've never had these many citadels in a low-tier battleship. Of course, when I did level the Kongō, well, back in the day, you know, like 8 months ago. Super long ago, right? That's like forever. I remember being awful at the ship, so maybe I could get these same shots if I had the same skill back then. And looky there! Our friendly destroyer is scouting both enemy aircraft carriers. So we led the first one a little bit too much. That was bad. That was a bad shot. Just a bad shot. And we're burning, by the way. We're burning quite a bit. We won't die from this, but we'll be pretty low. Come on, we can kill him. How many more chances are we going to get? Okay, so we led the target a little bit, and we fire. Okay, let's see where it goes. Come on, is this going to get it? Is it going to get it? Follow it in. Are you kidding me? We straddled the target again. We hit everywhere but on the ship itself. So, I don't think I'm going to get a chance to fire again. There are 9 seconds on reload, 9 seconds on travel time, and the tick rate is extremely fast with 3 capture points. And I tell my buddy, don't take the kill, no! I fire, but the game comes to a conclusion. But hey, 4 kills. I'll take that. We earned Dreadnought, Confederate, High Caliber, and Arsonist plus 10 citadels. Oh yeah, I'll take that. But look at this. My so-called friend beat me on base XP with a 2032 to my 2011, but our division hard carried, for real, 5,200 points scored for us. 155,000 points of damage. Wow, that's pretty good in a Kongō. I felt really good about this game. I hope you enjoyed it. And let's get on to some more Arpeggio of Blue Steel stuff. Now, I have not shown this ship yet on this channel, so be prepared for bright colors. Here she is, the Tier 7 Arpeggio of Blue Steel cruiser Myōkō. It has 10 main guns, 8 secondary guns, 62 AA guns, 12 torpedoes, a top speed of 35 knots, total health 39,200. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main battery, increase main battery accuracy, reduce the chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift. For my commander, situation awareness, faster turret traverse, superintendent. We are on the map Two Brothers, and the ship's pretty awesome. I didn't remember being so successful in the normal Myōkō, but apparently I have had a lot of success in this particular cruiser. I figured I would transfer that right over to the pink and purple variant, and it hasn't been the case really. I haven't played it that much, but she pretty much plays exactly as I remember my Myōkō. Just need to rebuy that one. We'll do it eventually. I just got the gearing, by the way. And that was an expensive purchase. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully I could get a good game and share it with you all. But for now, we initially planned to head towards A. I don't want to lead the pack. There is one enemy destroyer that could potentially be capturing A. So I wanted to allow my friendly destroyer to lead into A. I would follow up with whatever he needed in order to take out the enemy. We are, of course, scouted by the enemy aircraft. They love the gap. They get so much intel from being over there. This is a very heavy aircraft carrier game. 4 aircraft carriers. So FPS is going to tank at times. Hopefully not too much. It really is the only time where I notice the FPS drop is whenever there are a ton of aircraft out on the map. Anytime you're in like a high tier game, 8, 9, and 10 on either Hotspot or Islands of Ice, that's the lowest my FPS will ever go. So we come to a complete stop. The enemy knows exactly where we are, so we have to deal with that. I'm not going to go into a position where the enemy can exploit my ship. Enemy Colorado, okay. I don't know if I'm scouting him or friendly battleships, but a Colorado, he moves pretty slow. I don't think he has any intention of going after A. And by the way, the enemy destroyer is on the other side of the map, so we can use that to our advantage. We have the Fubuki over here. He could scout for us. Nobody on their team should be able to scout the destroyer, unless, of course, it's random aircraft. Aircraft are great at scouting. Hate them. Especially in my destroyer. The one gearing game I've played, I only played one game. It took 3 minutes to get into tier 10. Is that normal? Do tier 10s wait that long? That's really annoying. But the one game I got was a 7-on-7, and the enemy had a midway. And you can imagine how that went for me. He just hovered his aircraft over me. I could not kill a single squadron fast enough. He knew exactly where I was the entire time, and we barely lost the match. We, of course, lost our aircraft carrier within the first 5 minutes of the game, so we were at a huge disadvantage. The enemy midway ended up scoring 5 kills in a 7-person match. Now, of course, we're engaging this Colorado at long range. I do have the benefit of the island. I'm really looking for a fire. Come on, give me a fire. Please don't make me have to go through so many... Yeah, okay, aircraft are scouting us. They're firing on our position. Notser, we're going to need to move. Notser? Notser, come on. Get going. Come on, full speed ahead. There we go, okay. We land a little bit of damage. Looks like torpedoes will be the end. Yes. He was detonated. He did not die to the torpedo damage. He died to ammo rack explosion. Yes. At Wargaming, we really do need the complete ammo cook-off explosion that we've heard so much about. The Yamato, countless videos of just titanic explosions that you could see for miles, and everyone knew exactly what happened. I would love to see that in this game. It would be so insane to be on the other side of the map and hear a massive explosion and see huge cloud. That would just be so cool. And this Colorado is trying to fire on us, but we can maneuver. We can outmaneuver the Colorado, okay? Still no fire, though. I'm firing HE for a reason, okay? The Japanese guns are supposed to light the target up with a higher chance. But so far, it hasn't worked out at all. Now, the friendly Fubuki might be scouted by the enemy aircraft. That is a threat. We really would love the Fubuki to stay alive. And the Fubuki has done a pretty good job. He's sent out torpedoes on this enemy Colorado. I bet you two are going to hit. We also get a fire, of course. Great. Right as he's going to use damage control on the torpedoes. Yep. He's using his heal right now. We need to get another fire. This probably won't stick. 3K, no fire. Okay. Not asking for too much. I just want to kill the target, okay? He's healing. He's now up over 5K. Probably need another salvo. Maybe someone can help. Friendly gets nothing. We get 2K with most of our shells missing completely. We are, of course, ready to go. Okay, his heal is not in session. Let's take him out. Come on, Notser, take him out. We, of course, fire on the target, and it looks like we put just enough lead. Perfect. Someone did 1,500. We did the rest. Enemy New Mexico, enemy Colorado show up. Wow, a lot of slow ships. With that in mind, we don't want to overextend. Remember, they can't really run away. We can always keep them at a distance where we're comfortable. And we get a fire. Good. 5K. Can we get another fire? Force him to use damage control. And then, of course, we're going to get another fire, right? We've gotten so many fires. 2 fires. And no. We do around 3K. And the torpedoes not going to make contact. They might make contact on that New Mexico. But that set was not for the Colorado, I assume. Here comes some more torpedoes. We get 3K, no fire. He's still burning. Those torpedoes miss. Ever so slightly they miss. I think the New Mexico is going to take 1, if not 2. Do a quick check. Yeah, it looks like 2 are going to make contact. Maybe 3. Maybe this will kill him. Whoa. Yeah, 2 on him. Friendly aircraft are going in for an attack run. We can see from their point of view. And, oh, this is bad for the Colorado. He got a good attack run. He's going to take at least 2. Maybe a 3rd one. He puts out the fire. I'm just going to assume that was coincidence. I don't think he used damage control. And he's taken out. Good. New Mexico is firing on our position. And look at my team. A friendly cruiser and a friendly battleship are all the way on the border of the western side of the map. You don't need to do that. You only do that when there's a potential threat of torpedoes, because you would give yourself more room to deal with it. Also, you could break line of sight, maybe possibly ambush a destroyer that would get too close. In this instance, there's only this enemy New Mexico. There's no reason whatsoever to be that far away. Actually, it's 3 ships. 3 ships. Can you believe that? Yeah. Ooh, nice. We ricochet one. Enemy is trying to capture C. So I would like to kill the New Mexico with this salvo. I could have swapped to AP, but HE's just fine. We get a fire because, you know, the game's laughing at us. Whatever. Enemy aircraft. This is a little awkward. Is he going to drop on me? I would prefer he not drop on me. I'm headed back to defend because apparently I have to be leading the charge for the cruisers and battleships on my team. And yes, I'm trying to keep my bow pointed as close to this enemy as I can. Is he going to do an attack run? He's getting closer. Yeah, I think he's going to do an attack run. Keep on turning. Keep on turning, Notser. We're taking out pretty good aircraft. Okay, he's only getting one in the water. No, he didn't get one. Did he get one? No, he didn't get any in the water. Awesome. Now, it looks like there's an Atlanta. That's all we really know at sea. They've, of course, successfully captured sea, and they are in command of the game. We need to kill and re-secure sea, at least. So, of course, I'm going to head back. I fire on the Atlanta. Lead him too much. I'm scouted. The enemy destroyer is the one scouting me. It looks like the friendly aircraft is going to get a nice attack run on the Atlanta, hopefully. Now, if I remember correctly, the Atlanta is the only ship in the game that still has unlimited defensive fire charges. And it looks like he used it to great success. He did not take a torpedo. But he is showing a lot of his side. We're going to try and fire on it. We only had our front guns. We incapacitate one of his guns. Not as much damage as I would have liked. And look how close the friendly aircraft carriers are. We gotta get this guy. It's way too important that we take this guy out, keep the aircraft carriers alive as long as possible, and also deny the scout. Everyone on his team, this enemy Atlanta, can see where the aircraft carriers are because of that. And we do 6K, nice. Completely destroy one cannon, incapacitate another. Friendly Fubuki is sliding very close to me, but we don't touch, we're okay. And the Fubuki hits us in the back, but we're okay. We do 5K on the Atlanta. Now we're getting to the torpedo range. Got to be very careful. Expect torpedoes in the water. And our next salvo should end him. We still have HE. Yep, there are, oh, of course. 5.5K. Friendly finishes off the enemy. And we have to deal with the torpedoes. The Farragut also has to deal with torpedoes. I would love to knock out his steering or propulsion and get him dead. And I think we only knock out a gun. Okay. We help it. Is the torpedoes going to be enough? I think he's able to avoid it. Is he going to? He pops the smoke. We lead, of course, in the direction that he's headed. And we're going to get nothing. Really? The Independence is able to avoid a large torpedo attack. And I think the Farragut is one of the US destroyers that still has the extra torpedo pod on the other side. So it has one neutral launcher and then one per side of the ship. He's only used 2 sets. I expect a third. He was making a turn that looked like he wanted to do that, and screw the Otago. Go after the Farragut. The Farragut is the higher threat. And it would help if you would actually aim, Notser. Yeah, okay, I'm trying, okay? Just let me aim, okay? Trying to reload. Trying to predict. We lead the target because he's continuing the turn. It's a good time to fire. And okay. 2K. This Otago, look at this point blank torpedo strike on the Independence. He's so dead. And I just can't pass this up. This guy is broadside right next to the friendly. I swapped to AP hoping they'll have a chance to finish him off. He's turning away though. It looks like we're gonna get... No, of course not, Notser. You're so silly if you think you were gonna get that. I can dream, right? So yes, we have to use AP on a destroyer, and it's not ideal, but it's plenty for me. We take out the enemy destroyer, and I believe we could have gotten both of those kills. But hey, it's okay. Team's winning, right? No, they're not winning, Notser. You're right. We need to do more work for this team. Friendly is successful in capturing B, so at least we're at equal. We would prefer to take out this York and this North Carolina and possibly capture C. That would really lock the game up. And first objective, take out the York. Well, the York is moving towards us at an angle. I'm going to keep HE loaded. I want to fire. That's really what I want. Yes, a fire. Only 1K, but we get a fire. And he definitely does not want us firing on his position. He's going to maneuver every time we fire. And he's going to have a little tougher time with his torpedoes. We earned Confederate with that shot. We only had one round make contact. Really? He puts out the fire. Okay. He takes another big fire. 2 fires. Yeah, bad luck for you, bud. 6K. And he's going to burn down to the ally fire. But you never know, so we should be very careful. We should make sure, you know, double tapping is completely acceptable, and we just shoved a shell into the dead corpse, okay? Yeah, he's dead, right? Yeah, he's definitely dead. So, just this enemy North Carolina and 2 aircraft carriers that will probably never see the rest of the match. He sustains what looks like a torpedo, good. Probably has used damage control. And can we get a fire? That's the whole point of us firing HE is for fires. We're in a Japanese cruiser. We should be getting more fires than 8. Come on. A big shot from an ally. He is still immune to fires, I think. Or those were secondaries going off. There we go. Unfortunately, we lose the friendly destroyer. And if we lose another ship, it's over. So we gotta kill this North Carolina. Friendly appeared to land a lot of shells, but didn't do any real damage, it looked like. We get another fire, and now I think 2 fires will be his undoing. Yes, he burns down, and we get the kill credit. Justice. 4 kills. Can we recapture C? I believe this is our game to lose. We need the friendly New Mexico to survive, and I think he's good. The aircraft are returning to their aircraft carriers. There's 4 minutes left in the match, but this game will be over way sooner because of the tick. I expect one more good attack run on the friendly battleship, but it's just not going to be enough, I think. There's no way he could potentially get a kill on him before the game ends. We're trying to follow the aircraft. It's sort of like the Yellow Brick Road. You're just trying to follow the Yellow Brick Road. It will take me to the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz being 2 giant aircraft carriers that I would love to get some damage on before the game ends. And I let my team know where I think the enemy aircraft carriers are. I'm sure they know. I'm just being a jerk at that point, I think. Although it's nice to let people know. Maybe they don't know. You know, worst case scenario, they don't know. And you might be expecting a slower rearm if the aircraft carriers were farther away. But because the enemy team pushed into C so much, you gotta expect that the aircraft carriers tried to follow them and are now trying to retreat because they're way overextended with no backup. And it looks like, okay, good, the New Mexico is able to survive that torpedo attack. The game would have ended right there. So now that the torpedoes are trying to rearm, the game's over. When I was pinging, I honestly wanted my aircraft carrier to go and scout them with his aircraft, which he's done. He's going to lose them, though, because there's more fighters to defend them than we can deal with. And yeah, we did a good job in the Arpeggio of Blue Steel, Myōkō. We were able to get Confederate, 4 kills, 10 fires set, 191 shells hit the target. Not bad. 2,610 base XP. Oh yeah. The Fubuki did a really good job too. I'm glad he was on our flank. We did 130,000 points of damage. Just a great game. I really enjoyed this ship. It was worth my time invested to earn it. And if you don't have a Myōkō, you should get a Myōkō because it's really good. I hope you enjoyed these games. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.